been some bad news coming from the south. So we've pulled the clans together. So the Scots, welcome to the castle. To the Gaels, we're glad to have you. To the Caledonians, welcome to our evening. And of course, to the kings, the rulers of the whole of Scotland. Now the news that's coming up is news of recession. It's news of downturn. We seem to be facing an almost apocalyptic vision. But let me take you back to the day that you left school. Now ladies, my Celtic ladies here this evening, accept these words. A sweet sound of the morning lamp in the trees on a summer's morning. And my men, Celtic men of strength and power, accept these words of encouragement when you think back to the day that you left school. Can you remember the day that you left school? Can you remember who you were with on that very day? Can you remember the friend that you walked out the gate at the end at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever time, and you waved bye-bye to school for the very last time? Can you remember? Can you put yourself there right now? You can even remember how you looked. You had your best Doc Martens on, right? And you spent all those years in the educational system that was educating us in what? In life? Because what they never told us was, in the 20s, of course, there was the Great Depression. And the Great Depression lasted 110 months. 110 months. And people died, they lost their lives, they gave up, they walked away from everything. And it was a terrible, terrible time. And beyond that, leading up to today, can you believe there was actually 32? There's been 32 recessions. Isn't that interesting? And the last one that we experienced, I experienced in the 90s, lasted 8 months. But they never prepared us at school for the day that we left. We started our own business, we started our own jobs, and went out there into life. They never prepared us with the facts. And the facts are, these things will happen. The facts are, these things will continue to happen. And the facts are, these things will never end happening. So in other words, it's part of life. But we're never told when we're at school that your life will be like this. And I suggest to you that whatever period you are in your life, are you in the morning, the afternoon, or the evening of your life? Because if you're in the morning of your life, and you're younger and youthful and vibrant, and you have the energy to answer your text messages, and you have the energy to do a lot more, and things don't feel as fearful because things are so much fresher. And then you're moving into the afternoon of your life where you maybe been through some horrific things and you have have been left scarred. You have been left damaged. You have been left uninspired, flat and lifeless, and possibly ready to surrender. And of course, when we get to the evening of our life, it's too late. It's gone. Time has gone. And our life is time. So the good news I have for my Celtic brothers and sisters this evening is there's nothing new in recession. There's nothing new in recession. I implore you, brothers and sisters, to stop feeding your mind on this mindless, endless, miserable, downhearted, downright depressing information you get fed into your mind on a daily basis. Because if you continue to feed yourself and believe what these people want you to believe, you will be another victim of another recession. So the encouragement I want to leave you with tonight is this. Recessions come, recessions go. Downturns come, downturns go. But you can still survive these things. How can we do that? Because history has already been proved. History has already been written. History has already been lived. And during every single recession, it's probably one of the most wonderful times that you, as an individual, can grasp to grow your life, to grow your business, to transform the way that you do everything. But if you're in the afternoon of your life, don't try and use the same tools you used in the morning of your life. Because when you're in those years in your 20s, you can do things and you can practice things and you can apply things that will never apply to you when you're in your 40s or your 50s. Right? Of course. Because you're different. And life is different. So I suggest this evening that within this room we have some wonderful people who are not affected by recession. In fact, if you speak to these people tonight, they possibly will answer you, what recession? What downturn? Doesn't affect me. And we're going to meet these people. We've got the likes of Neil here. I'd encourage you to speak to Neil. Doing fantastic in his business, he's the guys I know. I'd encourage you to speak to Roy, who's been fabulous online. I'd encourage you to speak to Kevin, SEO expert at the end of the table here. I'd encourage you to speak to Dan Bradbury, doing absolutely fabulous stuff within his business. And of course, there's other experts within the room. I want to give a special thanks to my personal artist, Tony, who's been customising my trike, which is out at the front. So if you need any customisation done, he is the guy. But the point is this. The bad news will still rise from the south. Us in the north have to be prepared. That includes you, the Scots. That includes you, the Gaels. That includes you, brothers and sisters, the Caledonians. And us, as the Picts, we shall take the lead. So everyone with a drink in their hand, please raise their glass. And this is the 2009, the best year ever. 2009.
Last night for me was quite mind-blowing, really. For me, it was like a meeting of all the minds and the networking, and and just kind of becoming one kind of big group family that, you know, you can contact. I mean, I hardly knew anybody, and I'm in a different country, but I felt like I was part of something.
It was a really terrific evening, and I'd like to say thank you to Catherine for organising it, because so many people had such a great time.
It's been, for me, an amazing adventure of changing how I am in my, I suppose, secure old background and becoming more creative, becoming more confident outside of my traditional working environment.